Warning, this podcast contains spoilers and twists. Ah! What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Seed on TV podcast for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3, Episode 17, The Team. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me are Clio and Rachel.
We're all... This whole episode, I'm like, Mike, fuck you if you're right. I don't want you to be right. I don't want Lincoln to be traitor.
And last week, I called that exact... I'm like, oh my god, I called it. It was Lincoln. It was totally Lincoln. He's totally the bad guy. Oh my god, I called that too.
Here's the thing, because they called him out, and Coulson was like, yeah, you were exposed to him, and they locked him in quarantine. I was like, I still don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it.
I was like, I have written down on my little notes, no, not Lincoln.
Yeah, I was like, I don't buy it, not for a second.
So, like, at that point, I was like, I called that. And I was like, yeah, you even said you had eyes on him. And I'm like, I called that too. That's what happened. Then 5 minutes later, I'm starting to doubt, like, maybe it was one of the other ones. Maybe it was Joey.
They put so much doubt in your freaking mind.
Oh, and then I'm just going like, no, I was right. I could totally, like, just brag on this whole podcast. And then, like, the last 4 minutes of the episode, I was just like, I'm so fucking done.
I thought about this so much after I watched the episode, but this is why I love Marvel right now, and I've always loved Marvel, but this is why I love them right now. Because they did the thing. They were like, here's the promo for next week, and we're making it look like it's oh god, what's the lady?
Yo-Yo.
Elena.
Elena. They're making it look like it's Elena. My coworker is Elena. I should remember that. They're making it look like it's Elena. But we know that that's misleading as you know, fans of a lot of television. We know that they do that to mislead us. Mm-hmm. So the fans that watch the show super deep, like Mike and us, but Mike figured it out, would point a finger at Lincoln because Lincoln was exposed to him first. Mm-hmm. So the fact that they know that fans like you are going to find that, so that was also a red herring.
Fuck.
And they threw the fucking curveball and got you.
That was a freaking curveball. That was them turning around and throwing it to the stadium, to the people in the back seats.
Yeah, it's like,
that was the pitcher throwing it to center field.
That was just like the pitcher going, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's like the pitcher's like, doesn't give the batter the chance to hit the ball, just throws it.
So he throws it to center field like, yeah, go, run.
Run, bitch, run! No, but seriously, that is why I love Marvel, because, and I've been thinking about this with Captain America, too, because the new movie's coming out, and they've shown so much footage. And, like, I've already watched it 1,000 times, but I've pieced together, like, how these events fit together. But I'm still not going to know everything until I go see the movie. The same thing was with Ultron, if anyone read. I don't think anyone read the article I wrote about the Age of Ultron trailer. But I wrote it, and I was like, here's all these things, and I was wrong about half of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, half my predictions going into that movie were dead wrong as well.
Yeah,
which is why I fucking love Marvel.
They like to throw you a curveball like that. They like to show you things, and you think, oh, it's going to go this way, and then you're like, oh, no, it...
I'm with you till the end of the line.
Yeah. And there's a star on the bottom.
I'm not predicting anything for Civil War because I had all these predictions going into Winter Soldier, and I was just like...
You're like, I stopped. I'm done.
And then I did it with Ultron again, and I was just like, oh. I'm
just going to cry, that's all. I'm sorry I brought up Civil War.
The only thing I got right in that entire movie was that the mind gem was in Loki's scepter.
Yeah.
And that's it. Everything else I was dead wrong about. It's like, oh, look, another thing I'm wrong about. Oh, look, a city is flying.
Good.
Did not see that coming.
Nope. Anyway,
back to this episode of S.H.I.E.L.D.
This episode's fucking fantastic. Fantastic.
Let's pull together the Secret Warriors and go save our team.
I was... It sounds so weird. I was so shipping Elena and Mac in this.
Oh my god, I had to pause
so
the
cute.
episode. I literally was almost in tears. I was like, they pulled a Love Actually. They learned each other's languages.
I know, it's so stinking cute.
I can't handle it. It's so cute.
No,
And
I
it
know
was
it's
heartbreaking
adorable.
too. It was like so cute. You're like, oh, and then it was heartbreaking. You're like, oh god. You know, and it's just like, oh, this is horrible. No.
Coulson had a great point. Hive did exactly what he needed to do to break up a team.
Exactly.
He made them not trust each other.
Exactly.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And we also
He
found...
couldn't, because he probably knows that they could have probably hurt him or took him down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so he had to break it up somehow.
Yeah. And I mean, we've seen how, while he's all big and blustery and powerful, he's scared. He's scared they're going to figure it out. He's scared they're going to take him down. And they're gonna take him down.
He might not have, like, kind of like, I would say, I don't know how to explain. Like, I guess it would be Superman, like when he's on Krypton to have the superpowers, but on Earth he does. Maybe he doesn't. And you know, he has some superpowers. Maybe they're just not as strong as they were.
To be perfectly honest, I don't really think... I mean, as far as Inhuman powers go, this one's pretty friggin' big. But if he were the lone Inhuman, the only one, no more, I don't really think he would be that powerful or really that dangerous.
No.
Because it just... I mean, he probably has a couple other... Yeah, he eats people. He dissolves flesh off of people. And yeah, that's probably how he destroyed the other planet. But without any other Inhumans around, he... Okay, you know what? That is pretty bad. That is a pretty wicked power, being able to turn into a dust cloud and eat people.
It is, but he wouldn't have the same...
He's not as dangerous,
he doesn't have the army.
But we learned so much about his power this episode. Like, hardly seeing him, we learned so much about his power. Because... You know, the other ones who got taken over, we didn't really know them before.
Mm-hmm.
So we couldn't pinpoint their behaviors.
But,
like, I was going to call her Sky, I'm sorry, Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
We know Daisy. She's still acting like Daisy. Just like a crazy Daisy.
She's a crazy Daisy.
She's a crazy Daisy.
Yeah, I mean, she's still her, just...
She still cares about Lincoln. She still cares about the team. And with the preview for next week shows her, like, holding Fitz by the throat and saying, I still care. I still want you guys to be...
I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Exactly. She's still Daisy.
When they looked at the Medusa's eyes, when they looked at Medusa's brain, they were like, well, it seems like everything else is intact. It's just, this is, like, invaded. And deep inside the brain.
And another detail.
That was so gross.
I know. Another detail that's really important was what Hive said at the end. That he didn't know where she was. So he's not in their head.
Mm-mm. Yeah. They're not extensions of him or anything like that.
Yeah. The parasites just make them think like him or be whatever.
They, as you know, they said sway. They sway them to his side.
Mm-hmm. So he doesn't know where she is.
Right.
He you know, he doesn't, he's not in her head.
Right, he doesn't have full control. It's not, you know, we were thinking hive mind, sort of like Borg-esque.
It's more like a recorder. Like he records going, okay, this is how you're going to think. It goes, here you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just going to rewire a couple of neurons. So instead of wanting to do this, you're going to want to do that. And you're going to be happy about it.
Yeah, no, that's it. Because I think Fitz or Simmons was saying something about dopamine levels.
Mm-hmm.
It probably just, because, you know, Daisy was saying, I feel so much better.
I feel really good.
Yeah.
Like
it's
a feeling of euphoria.
Yeah. Oh my god, like, I'm so excited.
And she just, like, walks out of the base slowly while just, like, shaking the whole place up, like, you know, basically telling everybody, like, bitches, you were wrong.
I was just like, no, Daisy, no, stop. Stop, don't do it.
Mm-hmm. It's just, I know this whole episode. I'm just like, no one. It's like no one was talking. Everyone was talking at each other, but no one was talking to each other, and no one wanted to listen because everyone was yelling at each other, and you know they weren't.
It's what paranoia does.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Hive achieved.
Here are 4 superpowered individuals. One of them is, bent to the will of a madman.
Yeah.
Have fun. Like, they even in a room with themselves, they were ready to kill each other.
Yeah. And I feel so bad for Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Because Joey just stabbed him, killed him. And like you saw he stabbed him, killed him, like, damn, Joey, you just murdered a man. And then after I said that, he had this realization on his face, like,
Well, he looked at the steak.
did I just stab the guy in the but he didn't think. He just reacted and stabbed him.
It was like an adrenaline thing. It was like he was just doing what he needed to do to stay alive. Yeah. And a lot of people are like that, where they do what they need to do to, like survivors and stuff.
Yeah.
You do what you need to do to stay alive, but then afterwards you're like,
yeah, it's like, holy shit.
Oh shit, what did I do?
So, I mean, the whole A-plot of this episode can boil down to just did not see that coming at all.
No, did not.
So, there were a few other things that happened this episode. It wasn't all just, straight on there. One was they captured Malik.
Yes.
Which was a bonus. Like, Lincoln just, throws a guy through a glass door, and it's like...
There he is.
Like, there's the head of Hydra, just standing in this
running
room.
into you here.
It's like, hi, Zap.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and before he kicked the bucket or got his head crushed in by Sky...
Okay, that was the part I called.
Yeah, you did call that.
I was excited about that.
He did give up some kind of information about him and what, the past and everything. And he was just like, well, one people I thought I would never work with.
Never thought I'd end up working with S.H.I.E.L.D.
I mean, they just...
Neither did we.
An episode ago or 2 episodes ago, it was very heavy with, like, symbolism, like, alluding to Hive being, basically the devil. Mm-hmm. It was this whole, I don't know, an allegory? I don't know what you would call it. Just a whole, like, overarching literary thing set, basically alluding to that Hive is the devil, S.H.I.E.L.D. is a bunch of angels and all this other stuff. A lot of symbolism. This episode, they threw the symbolism out the window. It's just like, yeah, he's the devil.
Yeah, no, he is actually.
Like, he is actually the devil. He is the basis for the devil in many ancient cultures. He is all this stuff. He is, all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at least they got some information. Hopefully with what Fitz and Simmons had got off of
Freaky Deaky Eyes.
Medusa guy. I can't remember his name. But
Lucio.
Got it. What they got off him and what they got out of him, and I know they took blood of all the other Inhumans. So hopefully there's something that will help.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. I think that and the fact that he destroyed research on, the flock killers.
Right, that,
I think that's putting Fitzsimmons on the right track.
That will definitely put them on the right track. Like, okay, they were researching something, and you destroyed their compound.
Yeah, that's significant. Like, they know that's significant.
Like, he looked into that, was like, well, that is my exact and only weakness, as in, this will stop me.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill them before they figure that out.
Yeah.
So, good on him. So yeah, Sky crushes Malik's head in, and then blows him up, incinerates him, disintegrates him, whatever you want to say to call it, cover that up. Yeah. Well played.
Yeah, no.
And then Fitz and Simmons have a moment.
They have more than a moment.
They have smoochies.
They had smoochie, and like as soon as like they're leaning on each other like that, I'm like
adorably awkward. The whole entire time. It's hilarious.
I was watching them lean on each other. I'm like, they're gonna kiss, and then they turn and face each other. I'm like, they're gonna kiss. I'm like, all right, are you gonna kiss yet? Like seriously, this is getting really awkward. And then they did.
I honestly didn't think it was awkward. I think that was the most natural interaction they've had in that.
But the way that he stopped and he was joking, doing the little jokes and
stuff.
That
was so funny.
Very convincing.
So cute.
It's because I have a picture of Space. It is my prized possession.
It's my prized possession. And he starts going on about it. She's just like, get over here.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up.
She's like, we wasted 10 years.
It's like, the only way I can think of to shut you up is by kissing you, so I'm going to kiss you now.
I mean, that it worked.
It works. I don't know what else to talk about this episode.
I know this episode wasn't screwed with your head. It really did.
It really
you like
did.
don't know. It's like you don't know for sure if that you don't know for sure if that team can be repaired because of what's happening. What exactly is happening? Who's all hurt in the base because of the earthquake? And
yeah, exactly. We don't know who's standing.
I mean, aside from the little subtle manipulations, Sky was real. Yeah, Daisy was
still
herself.
Yeah.
Completely. Like, she lured them all into a containment cell, like, doing what she had to do. She talked to, Coulson like she would normally talk to Coulson. But she completely manipulated Lincoln in every way possible.
Oh my god, that was so sad.
Even, like...
She's like, you have anger issues, so I just let that happen. He was like, what the fuck?
I know, he's like, you used me.
Like, yeah.
That was messed up.
She knew, like, exactly. She knew she could use him the best, the most.
She used their weaknesses to her advantage.
It's like, anger issues? I'm going to play on that. I'm going to piss you off. Or just get my little tendrils in there.
And she didn't have to do it. Because Coulson was already pointed in that direction.
So now, she just needed to give it that little extra nudge. So, basically, Hive makes you manipulative, really, really happy, and reminds me from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
The point of view gun.
Oh my god.
Is pretty much what he is.
Except without the babbling.
Without the babbling, like you shoot somebody with this gun, and they instantly
understand your point of view.
Instantly see your point of view, completely 100% with no question or no wavering doubt.
Yeah.
So, it was the most powerful weapon in the universe, or something. I forget how they labeled it, but yeah, basically that. You could make someone instantly see your point of view. It's like, well, okay, yeah, fine, great.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see how this works out.
It's not gonna end well.
No.
The promo for next episode has, Hive and Daisy kind of like, standing, staring at the sunset, like leaning their heads on each other, all nice. I was just like, ah. Like the rational part of Sky is back in the back of her head going, ah!
Because, it's Ward. He's got a lot of other people's memories too, but he's got Ward's memories. He's
enough to still call her Sky.
Exactly. He's probably attracted to Daisy, just like Ward was.
Mm-hmm.
Gross, no, but still, it's...
He can turn his skin to a bunch of little tiny bugs, I assume. Sand.
Well, here's the thing, because I was gagging at Ward and Sky before he was a weird hive monster, but now it's like, ugh.
Weird hive monster. Well, now that he's basically a walking corpse.
Yeah.
That
too.
He could even... We haven't actually seen his face, just like the back of his head. He probably even looks like a Hydra.
Well, did we talk about this? About how that's what the Hydra symbol is?
Mm-hmm. It's his face.
It's him. It's his face. Like, that's why it doesn't look like a Hydra, because a Hydra has a body and 1,000 heads, and this is just one skull with octopus heads.
The Hydra symbol, I never really noticed. I did notice at one point, but I never questioned it. It's like, all right, that's not a Hydra. Hydra from mythology is a really big body with long necks and heads. You cut a head off, and then two grow back in its place, and that just keeps going and going and going. I'm like, that looks like a Kraken.
Yeah, it's obviously based off of Hive.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And his face. So his face must be skull-like.
Yeah, and that makes sense now. It must be very kind of skull-like, yeah. With tentacles.
Because I always associated that with Red Skull, and Red Skull, made the logo like himself, but it's probably based on
Hive.
On Hive.
Which Red Skull probably either had no idea about or just didn't give a shit about.
I bet he didn't give a shit about it because he was more interested in the science than he was, and whether or not he believed is not the question. He wasn't a believer.
Mm-mm.
If he probably it was like, yeah, sure. Probably, but didn't care
Maybe.
enough.
Yep. Doesn't sound like a Hive. Doesn't sound like a god. No, he's a god. Not ours.
Just not ours.
Just
Yeah.
not ours. Sorry, we're boned.
Yeah.
Well, Malik's dead now. Rest in peace. I wonder
Yeah.
what two heads are going to replace him.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because this whole season it's been like Malik is the last head of Hydra. Very much emphasized last head of Hydra. But Hydra's not going anywhere.
Of course not.
You have the whole rest of that council. You have... I hope there are more Von Struckers, because the Von Struckers we got in the MCU have let me down so far, and I always loved Von Strucker.
Yeah.
But
They've
yeah,
been a real letdown, yeah.
there are probably more branches that we don't know about. If you guys watch our Daredevil
Okay.
podcast, we kind of talk about that.
Yes, we do, actually. Civil War is May 5th or 6th?
6th?
Looking at the calendar. It's the Friday, 6th.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, so we have 2 more episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. between now and then.
Only 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another year of waiting, I still won't be ready.
I know. 2 more episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, I want them to lead into Civil War a lot more heavily than they've led into the Marvel, the Marvel movies that fall in between the season and everything.
Winter Soldier was the first and the most prominent.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that was the most prominent.
Dark World, Thor: Dark World, and Ultron were kind of like, they mentioned it.
They were there, but you know what? Yeah, Civil War, it didn't really lead into it that crazy.
No, but everything that happened in Winter Soldier affected everything on S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right, exactly.
And the cause and effect was very apparent there, and I want it to be sort of like this as well. Again, with Captain America.
I want them to lead into it like really heavy, like have Hive or an Inhuman or something just go absolutely or a bunch of Inhumans just go absolutely ape shit and level a city or something.
There's gonna there. I mean, so far there's already so much going on in Civil War that I can't see more than a cameo of a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. You know
Right.
what I mean?
I just I want to know what's the main catalyst gonna be to set this all off to like have the government or and Tony Stark support all this, because if you remember. And I saw this great comparison, and I don't know why I never thought of this. Iron Man 2, the government's like, give us your suit. He's like, I'm not giving you my suit. You're the government. And all this stuff about, being independent, all keeping his suit, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, we should make all these people register, including you. And, because we're the government. All right, I'm on board.
Well, you have to look at what's happened between then and now. Tony's done all this stuff that he regrets. But he sees it as, I did this stuff and I'm a good guy. What if bad people do this stuff? The whole thing with Ultron, he's guilt-ridden about.
He's been to space. The nuclear... He basically, half died in space.
Yeah. No, but it's not just that. It's he made a murder bot. Like, that's what he did. And he did it by accident. What if someone did that on purpose? Like, people should be held accountable, and that's why. That's why Tony Stark has changed his tune.
He made a murder bot. The murder bot tried to destroy the world. Literally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can't do that again. Alright, so, anything else for this episode?
It's a fucking great-ass episode. It's a fucking great-ass show.
Yeah, it was a good
Marvel's
episode.
making me all melty. Like, I can't.
This is about the time in the season, for the last 3 seasons now, when it, it's, the show's good. It's good, but then there's that oh shit episode where it's just like...
This is it.
This is that oh shit episode
This is the oh
for
shit
this
episode.
season.
Yep.
Like,
Because the twist is it's Sky.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
exactly.
Daisy. Damn it! Dollar in the daisy jar.
Yep. All right, then. So, next episode...
I could fangirl about this all night.
Oh, so can I. Can totally fangirl this. So, next episode is called The Singularity. The S.H.I.E.L.D. team is left reeling and decimated as Hive continues to sway Inhumans to his side. but there is a sliver of hope as Agents Fitz and Simmons follow a lead that may be able to stop the maniacal Inhuman once and for all.
Yeah. I just want Lincoln to be okay. Lincoln's really just, like, becoming my favorite character. Like, I think May will always be my favorite character. But...
Yeah. If you watch the promo, next for it, like, they're really being heavy-handed with the someone's gonna die thing.
Well, I mean, we've seen what that guy's powers can do, and he always predicts a death. And we saw a death, and...
The future's fixed. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. It might not be what you think, but it's going to happen.
And I'm going to be really, really upset if they break Fitz and Simmons up again.
Bite your tongue.
See, I don't know, man. It's like, what are they doing in space?
I know, right?
There are so many unanswered questions.
There are so many unanswered questions, but this is how the last 2 seasons and now this season are going. Fitz and Simmons get to a point where, like, that attraction, they finally recognize it, they talk about it, and then Ward locks them into a container and drops them in the bottom of the ocean. Fitz becomes, special due to brain damage. And then the whole season, awkwardness, they get back together, they talk about their feelings, they start talking about it, they're gonna go on a date. Simmons gets sucked onto another planet by a liquid rock.
Yep.
Now they're building this up. They've kissed. They've talked about it. We've waited long enough. We can't wait any longer. It's going to build up, and one of them is going to blow up in space on a Quinjet.
This cycle is getting tired. I don't know if they do it again. I mean, I see what you mean, though. This would be the final piece of the cycle if one of them is dead.
Yeah.
Like, for real's dead.
2 happenings is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. I don't want it to be a pattern.
I think it would, once they're dead, it would be the end of the pattern. No more pattern.
People have come back from the dead in this.
People always, it's a superhero thing. People always come back from the dead. But there's a point, and I think that Marvel is in a weird place with this, where it's like there's a point where you can't just keep bringing everybody back. You can't keep doing it.
Incinerated in low orbit. That'll do it.
It's not that kind of show that you could do that.
Mm-mm.
Rachel, the show is based around bringing a character back from the dead.
But
Coulson died, everybody.
It's not like a supernatural type show, or one time where magic can bring him back or something.
Yeah, but it's weird science, and I mean, there is magic in this world. This magic it looks like science, but it's magic.
Oh, and
Thor's got magic, but it's science.
It's like heavy super alien science.
Yeah, we're gonna see Doctor Strange, and he's got legit magic.
Yeah, then they're actually,
which is probably also science.
They're finally bringing the supernatural element into it with Doctor Strange, which is, I think, is what's somewhat leading up to with Daredevil, with what's going on with the hand and all that stuff.
AKA weird fucking shit.
Why is there that hole in that building? They haven't answered it yet. I have no idea.
Why?
Why?
It's deep enough to be scary. Someone's gonna fall in it.
40 stories down deep in Manhattan. The fuck? I'm done.
I'm done too.
She's like, I'm done.
That's our show, everyone. Clio, where can they find you when you're not all so done?
I just on Pinterest, just pinning things about Steve and Bucky, just crying. Bucky keeps getting kicked in the face.
Rachel, you?
Oh, they can find me at Twitter at Savannah17.
You can find me here at Delidrin. You can find all of us on Facebook, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, Twitter, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us there for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. You can tune in when we do our, we're definitely going to be doing a Civil War podcast. You can tune in to see the animated title screen, and as soon as, our faces appear, you'll see that one going. Just rocking back and forth.
She's going to be huddled. She's just going to,
I'm going to have a blanket wrapped
around her, sucking her thumb, just like, I don't want to talk about this.
She's going to be rocking back and forth.
My absolute favorite thing after Winter Soldier came out was someone on Tumblr or something went, I don't care about anything except where is Bucky Barnes and does he have a blanket? Does he have a blanket?
Thank you for watching, everyone. Farewell.
Sorry, not sorry.